Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Infamous here with another build for the Stamina Nightblade. Often when I stream, I've gotten people that have come in and asked me, well, hey, what would you run for Stamina Nightblade? I really didn't have a Stamina Nightblade set up for Battlegrounds, so here it is. For race, I would go for the Nord. I like the Nord for the extra tankiness that it offers from the rugged passive. Of course, the increase in stamina, the extra ult gen when you take damage. And then, of course, the extra line of health. And then, of course, the cold resistance, so that decreases the amount of times that you're able to be rooted, for example, by anybody utilizing a ice staff, as well as the immunity to chilled, so that you don't get the slow, as well as the minor maim that comes with the chilled status effects. And, of course, anybody utilizing the ability here, the wall of elements with an ice staff, will basically keep you rooted. So that's why I went with the Nord. For the Mundus, I went Steed, all points into stamina. This is a BG's build, so of course the extra 5k HP from being in PvP. In terms of the sets, I did go, of course, for the raw damage, 1 Keenan, 1 Diamond House, both well fitted. Basically, a lot of your damage reduction is going to come from your ability to roll dodge. So I went with 2 well fitted for the extra sprint, as well as the reduction to sprint, as well as the reduction to roll dodging. For the first set, we're running the Willows. I chose Willows for the same reason I chose it for my melee Magicka Nightblade, and that's because Nightblade has a passive that generates 15% extra to health, stamina, and Magicka, and that couples really well with the Willow set that does the exact same thing, along with giving you an extra line of Magicka, stamina, and health recovery. I like health recovery, especially in BGs. It's not halved by Battle Spirit. It works out really well, helps you to reduce the amount of times that you need to go to your back bar to be defensive, to heal yourself. So you can see we're running 1600, of course, no Troll Queen, and then of course 1k Magicka, almost 2200 stam recovery. So like I said, reinforce, I always go heavy reinforce. That's to maximize the amount of resistance. The reinforce gives you an extra 1% to spell resistance, as well as physical resist. It's up to you. That's typically how I make my builds, with a heavy chest, reinforced. Tri-stat, of course, on all the big pieces. And then I went with 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of Impen. I typically like around 16%. I feel is more than enough, because you're going to have a decent health recovery and the ability to roll dodge, so you're going to be able to avoid a lot of damage. Most of the damage you'll take would be like from a curse or a soul assault, maybe a dot, but then you've got shadowy disguise to reduce the amount of dot damage that you take. So second set that we're running is the Battlefield Acrobatic set for the double stamina recovery, as well as the line of stamina, and of course weapon damage on all of the robust jewelry. The reduction to all of your abilities includes also your ultimate, so of course that helps us to reduce. We have decent magic recovery. This is recovery with a pot, but then we get an extra 6% reduction to all of our Magicka costs. So that's really good and help us to. We don't have a huge Magicka pool to draw from, so the extra recovery and the reduction is more than welcome. And of course, it also reduces the stamina abilities cost as well as reducing, block, roll, dodge, sprint, etc. So it's not just to your abilities. It's basically everything block. It gives you a little bit of ult reduction, as you can see here. This typically should be 70. It's 66, and then of course, Temporal Guard is now 119. This is a 1 heavy, 6 medium build. You could go 5-1-1 if you wanted a little bit more to your max stats. So running Rending, as we're not running a gap closer, so this helps to keep our opponents pretty close to us. Surprise attack, of course, is going to be our main and only stun via shadowy cloak, so you can cloak and then surprise attack for the stun. Of course, as well as our main spam bull. Relentless, of course, for the big burst and the minor heal there. And then, of course, we're running Expert Hunter so that we have access to a little bit more weapon damage from the Fighters Guild. So it gives us a little bit more ult gen, as well as 3% more weapon damage while slotted, and then of course it gives us the major savagery. So, and this helps us also to pull other Nightblades out of cloak. Works okay. It's not the best thing that you could use, but it's there. We've got good recovery, so it really doesn't hurt making use of this ability, and of course a little bit of cost reduction from medium, as well as of course from the acrobat set. Let's make sure I've got everything lined up here. All right, so that puts us at 21.8 for our HP, just shy of 11k on the front bar. 28k is more than enough on the front bar, on the back bar. Now we've got 1644 health recovery, 998 magic recovery, and almost 2200 stamina recovery. This is with a tripod. Weapon damage is, this is 100% uptime is 3766. We are running dual wield. I chose dual wield maces for more penetration. That's going to give you an extra 20% pen, and then of course we are utilizing Reaper's Mark, so that's an additional 5280 in pen. You could switch, of course I went for Nernhold infused, and then the back bar is a Naga 2H powered. The reason being is because typically we're only going to be going to our back bar to buff or when we need to heal. And so when we go to our back bar, you actually see, even though our weapon damage is lower, our healing is actually slightly better. And of course, that's for the Naga gives you 4% healing taken. Powered, of course, increases your healing by 9%. So that when you go to your back bar to Vigor Rally, you've now got an additional 13% healing. And of course, an additional 4% for anybody that's near you when you use Resolve. So since we're not running a bow on the back bar for the major expedition, we're going to get that from Race Against Time, as well as the immunity to snares and immobilizations. And of course, it gives us minor force, so we don't have to run trap. This also gives us a little mini shield from the Sigic Order when you block. And then of course, Vigor Rally. I chose Siphoning because I didn't feel 1k magic recovery was enough, because I have a really small magical pool. I wasn't using Tristat. We're using Arteum for the health, stamina, and of course the recoveries. Like I said, Nightblade has a passive that gives you 15%. We're running Willows for another 15%. So every bit of recovery that we can add both to either health or to our magic or to our stam recovery really goes a long way. This is why I chose this particular setup. And of course, in the back bar, running Reaper's Mark for the pen, as well as, of course, when the enemy dies, that gives us a nice fat heal. It's 14k when we kill an opponent, as well as giving us Major Berserk. So we've got a lot of swing in terms of, even though we're just shy of 7k weapon power, realistically speaking, after securing a kill, you'll go up to roughly about 9k, especially if you have your ult up, right? You're going to gain an extra 20% here, and then an extra 25% here for the next 5 seconds. So, and because it's really cheap, and because we are a Nord, we have access to the ult gen, and then the extra ult gen as well from Catalyst. Every time we use a potion, we gain 20, and then as well as from Soul Siphoner, every time we use a Siphon ability. We're not really going to be spamming Siphon attacks, so it's really going to be only available on cooldown. There really wasn't anything else that I could take advantage of. I really wasn't going to slot power extraction just to take advantage of having the extra 10% on the front bar. It didn't seem worth it. So realistically speaking, a lot of your ult gen is going to come from when you use a pot every 20 seconds or so whenever you hit siphoning. But a lot of that is going to come from being a Nord. We're able to take a little bit more damage because we're just shy, we're just shy of 22k physical and spell resistance. Again, this is in 6 medium, 1 heavy. You could go to an extra heavy if you wanted a little bit more resistance. That probably puts you closer to 23k, and you've gained a little bit from the Constitution passive. You'll gain a little bit more, but I wanted the extra critical. We are running 39% critical as well as 70% to critical damage. So this gives you access to extra pen. We've got the pen here, and then the extra pen from running dual hammers. I really wanted to create something that didn't rely so much on bleed damage, but just realistically be able to go in, come in with quite a bit of burst, and then jump right into, a Reaper's Mark, into a heavy attack from stealth, surprise attack for the stun, rending for the dot, and then just go right into the ult. That would put out a lot of damage, and then of course if we secure the kill, that would swing our damage by an extra 25% for the next 5 seconds. And then of course I wanted a good amount of health recovery, so that even though I wasn't in heavy armor, I could in essence stay in the fight a little bit longer. So between the health recovery, your ticks from rally, and of course your ticks from vigor, and then of course whenever you utilize the bow skill is going to heal you for 30%, 33% of the damage done, and of course whenever you secure a kill, so you've got a lot of healing that can come in. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to have time to play this build, but I did want to offer a build for Battlegrounds for people who wanted a Battleground build that I feel would do really well. I really do like Nord. Being Nord allows you to not have to run, like a medium resist set. I feel that would be a waste. So instead of having to waste a set, I can just pick a race that would give me the tankiness that I need. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the video, and then of course feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course check me out on Twitch at Infamous NYC. And then of course if you have any if you're looking for any other Battleground builds, be sure to check out battleofthebuild.com. It's a really great source for people who enjoy Battlegrounds and no CP. Of course, I've got a wide variety of builds, and I will be putting this one up under the Nightblade. I do have 3 different Magic Nightblades, and of course this will be my Stamina Nightblade. And of course I'm making some changes overall to the site, so I'll be sure to check back for updates. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.